today I have come to Norwich. I've used the park and ride at Posick, and I'm thinking to myself, why didn't I always do this? It's so much easier. It's £3. I park on the outskirts of Norwich. I get driven in a big chauffeur-drawn bus, and I just come back to the same stand to find my way back home again, which is stand M, and it's got Posick written on the bus. What could possibly go wrong? First stop, important one, toilet. Inside at the bus station, brilliant disabled access one, and you don't need your radar key, so I didn't have to dig in my bag for it, which was great. I'm now off to the Shoebox experience to go and find the hidden street tour, which is underground, and then I'm going to go to the Marble Hall as well, so I will see you there. So this is the Shoebox. It's 21 to 23 Castle Street. But basically, amongst all the buses, there's so many buses, but I'm not complaining, it got me here. That's the castle up there. So as long as you've got your castle on your right, you follow it round, and here comes the Shoebox experience. Magnificent Marble Hall tour I'm doing later today, the hidden streets I'm doing this morning, the Lantern Underground I'm not doing, the Tavern Trail, and they do a Christmas trail one and a Norwich trail. So I'm looking forward to doing more, but I've just got 2 to do for today. So I found out where I'm going. Time for a quick coffee. I'm going to go in here. They do almond milk, they don't do gluten-free, but what I particularly like is a really high seat. And it is disabled access in here. I've got my walker with me today because I knew I'm going to have to do quite a bit of walking and balancing. I have got a stick with me to take down to the drawers also. When you get here, you take a seat and then you go up to the bar, coffee bar, a nice type of bar, and just order what you want. That was a really great tour. I'm not allowed to video down there, which is fair enough because I want people to come and see the tour for themselves. It's really good. Not that great disability accessible. Couldn't get down in a wheelchair and that, but you can with a walking stick. Good handrails, fairly even floor, and there is somewhere to sit when you're down in the depths as well. So really good. Max was our tour guide. He was absolutely brilliant. Really. Yeah, it was good fun. He was really personable, really likeable, and told us some great history of Norwich. Which, just a few tidbits here, is if you see anything that ends in the word gate, it was Danish for a community or area or settlement. So gate, it was garter, I think he said. So if you see like Pottergate, that's where the potters, that was a pottering community. Or Colgate, coal or toothpaste maybe? Who knows? Anyway, other things were that kids used to work in the weaving shops and the weaves, and most of them were drunk because there was no water sources that you could drink in Norwich up until I think it was something like 1940s or something like that. So they used to make beer. They used to make a milder beer for kids who would drink between 6 and 8 bottles a day. So they were pretty drunk really, because that was the only way. If you drank water, the water that was here, you'd be dead within a year. So obviously they made beer, which had come from way back when, Norman times, to make it safe to drink the water. Obviously we now know it's because of the heating process, not because of the beer, but they didn't back then, so there you go. Also in the 1700s there was loads and loads of pubs. There was over 698 pubs in one census, and because of that all the men would wee everywhere, and they'd wee in the corners of the streets, and the cement they used, I think it was lime, it would erode away the lime cement, and the infrastructure was starting to collapse. So they built these cone things over to stop people peeing in the corner. So if they did try and pee when they came out of their pub late at night, or at the same time with nowhere else to pee, it would go in their face or down their shoes. And some of the merchants did 10-inch spikes on it around the nether regions and painted them black. so that would put people off peeing. So I'll try and go on a little search to see if I can find one of these anti-urinal devices that they had. Yeah, I think that's about it. But it's a great cause, a great tour. There are lots of great tours that they do. The only two that aren't fully disabled accessible, the one that I've just done, and the Mayors and Matriarchs, I think it is, but all the others are accessible. So yeah, check them out. It's really good. I've really enjoyed it, and I've got the marble hall in a bit, but I'm going to leave the lovely lady from the Shoebox to explain to you where all the money goes to when we buy the tickets for these tours.
Yeah, so welcome to the Shoebox and to a Hidden Street tour. The Shoebox, we are a social enterprise, so what that means is we're a profit for purpose organisation. We take all of the profits raised from the tours that we run here, any of our experiences, our lovely merchandise, and we plough them back into community projects. So we're all about creating opportunities for people to make connections and find fulfilment in their lives, opportunities to come together. We believe that life is better when you can enjoy it with someone else. So thank you for everyone who buys a ticket for your tour. Your money's doing really good things.
So literally just opposite where I just did my recap, I looked up and there's this Thai kitty. Beautiful food. Don't be put off by the locked door. The lady's lovely, she comes running in. And then I noticed there is disabled parking. Obviously the Uber Eats is okay to use it though. And so it's in Opie Street. And I didn't even realise there was disabled parking here. But there is in Opie Street. So yeah, and literally just round past that alarm thing, around that corner there, is where the Shoebox is. Had myself a little Penang curry in there to remind me of Cambodia and Malaysia, and it was delicious. Loads of tofu. We've just finished the Marble Hall tour, and on my way here I was like, Karina, why did you book things in the afternoon? I'm exhausted. But it was so good that it's rejuvenated me, especially because I was with a family of 11. There was 11 people plus me and Max the tour guide, and their dad and grandfather and that used to work here as a big CEO for years and years and years, and you could tell it ran through their veins. It was really, really exciting. So it's the building of Norwich Union, now known as Aviva. And yeah, I didn't know, this is quite an interesting fact. I mean, it's all lovely, it's marble in there, it's beautiful. The marble was eventually, originally meant for Westminster Abbey. I think it was the Abbey, yeah, Westminster something anyway. And there was a strike on in Italy, so they couldn't get the marble, so they got into debt, and they weren't allowed to get into debt, so they fell off the marble cheaply, and it came here to what is now known as Marble Hall in Norwich city centre. So the Norwich Union started the first insurance, but definitely the first fire insurance. So they would take out this insurance, and people have these plaques on their wall to say that they had fire insurance. And all the fire engines were, until 1929, were owned by insurance companies. If there was a fire, they'd get there quickly to try and put the fire out to save their pennies. now going to go and get my bus. Hopefully I'll find the right bus stop and the right stand and find my car. We should be found the bus at the bus stop, and it pulled up and it said it was due to go at 15:50. I had 15 minutes to spare, so I thought that's cool. So I've sat her in the cold. It's now gone 4 o'clock. I'm like, what's going on? So I've looked up at the board again. It says bus is at 16:10 on time. They've just deleted the fact that that one even existed. Hopefully this one will turn up. I made it home, all on my very own. I stand to myself sometimes. It's been a great day. I'm very tired now. Kettle's on, waiting for a cup of tea, waiting for the heating to warm up the place. But it was a really, really good day. So definitely if you're in Norwich and you want to know more history, just do something a bit different, a little bit quirky, then check out the Shoebox experience even. They're really great. It's a really great course and the tours are really brilliant. Or the two that I've done anyway. So the first one was the Hidden Street Tour, which is underneath the Shoebox Experience shop, which was originally a shoe shop. And Norwich is famous for shoes. Shoes originated there, insurance, mustard, and there was something, weaving as well, and of course canarias now. And there's disabled parking just around the corner from there. And then if you are going to the Marble Tour, the Marble Hall Tour, it's in the old Norwich Union building, now Aviva, which is opposite the Norwich Union clock, which is where you meet, which is just literally around the corner from the bus station. The Marble Hall is fully accessible, but you just have to let the guys know ahead and they'll make sure that you can get in the lifts and the ramps, etc. So really good, thoroughly recommend it. Go have a day out in Norwich, so much history. Can't wait to go back and learn more, do some more of their tours. Is there a ghost walk with them? I'm not sure, but there's definitely a tour around Norwich, so I'm definitely going to go back and do that at some point. Anyway, for now, I'm going to put my feet up, have a cup of tea, get warm and say good night.